Please be advised that the following video is not safe for work.
Yeah, we totally could do a little bit why we're doing this show, or like why we want to do this show.
Well, I think the main reason why I kind of want to do this show is that I got hooked on. Pardon?
We're cool.
We're cool.
You're welcome.
With
You're
our
welcome.
sparkly onesies
With
and our
sparkly
slippers
ones.
on.
I got no slippers.
Yeah,
whatever.
You have no chill. I want to do the show because every cosplay show that I've ever watched has thoroughly disappointed me.
Very true.
I started watching, one of the other reasons I got into cosplay was like, I was watching Heroes of Cosplay and I was like, I could so make that.
Right?
And by watching that show, I was like, why are they making such fake drama on this show? Because there's already enough
In the cosplay community that you don't need to add extra.
You don't need to add on to it.
That's so true.
And then the other thing is that there's not really like a show that like shows cosplayers that are like working on stuff and talking about sort of the geekdoms. And the other thing is that all the videos that are out there, like Yaya Han and Kamui, are great, but whenever they're finished showing something, it always looks like perfect and unique.
Yeah, it's pristine.
It's pristine. And you never see like Kamui like shaking her hand after she gets a glue gun burn and going fuck, right?
Right?
You know she does.
And you know she does. You know that bitch does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get this right.
So
I agree. I've found that learning from your mistakes is a huge thing, but unfortunately in the cosplay community you never see mistakes, so how are you supposed to learn? And I find that something I screw up all the time. So for me, it's like I'd rather embrace my flaws and show you guys that even if you mess it up, you can still do what you want to do, stay within your budget, and move forward. So that's like a huge deal.
So why do you want to do the show though?
Pretty much that is to show that cosplay is fun, it's entertaining, you can work with a bunch of people, you can craft with friends, and you get way more done.
Yeah.
And to pretty much realize that more heads and more knowledge is important versus a closed off community and thinking that doing it yourself is better. Because that's the thing too, is nobody reaches out because they all think that, like, for me with you, you're way above my level. Way above my level.
That's way above my level, so.
But at the same time, I can come to you with questions and I don't feel bad for it. Unless you tell me I'm not helping you anymore, I'm gonna bug the fuck out of you until you help me enough. Like,
you have my number.
Yeah, but like that's the difference, is that nobody actually does that. Nobody says like, hey, if you have a question, ask us, we'll try it. Or if you have a product that you want us to see, we'll try it, we'll show you what we did with it, and if it worked, if it failed. Like, that's kind of why I think this is important. What about you?
Yeah, I agree with all those things, and I think, like for me, it's like when you go shopping, for example, for a sewing machine. The first one I bought was at IKEA. I had no idea what I was looking for, what I needed from a machine, what a cosplayer was going to use for a machine, and there really was no one out there to help.
Yeah, and knowledge is power.
Yeah, I feel like we need to like have someone who says, okay, this is the kind of fabric you need to make this outfit, or you don't find that on YouTube videos. You find that from your friends, and then just generally, like, if you fuck up, is it salvageable?
Yeah,
or
that's
like,
a huge deal.
If you make something and then you decide you want to add an LED later, how do you do that? Mm-hmm. You know, those kind of things. And I think we, as a group, have been very fortunate to have people help us on that journey. And I'd like to be able to help people as well. So, like, the goal of doing a show like this was to be able to have guest speakers who could, you know, help us with that, or go to a fabric store and show us the different types of fabric and what they're for. You know, like Jenna's introduced us to some amazing interfacing, like things like that. Kilo, let's go to his place and like check out his shop and like work with him for a bit because he's amazing at prop building and puppetry and like that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah,
that was the whole idea.
Yeah, all of us have our mediums that we love working with, and if we can put all of that knowledge kind of together, and like with chibis, we do a lot of chibi costumes, and we get a lot of questions of how did you do that, or how do you make that, or how do you make it comfortable, and being children cosplays, they're little a-holes, so you have to bend everything that you've learned to make it something that they're actually going to want to wear, which is challenging. It's super challenging, so that makes it fun, especially to rack her brain. It's all about you, Jess.
Yeah. And I think in just constantly, like, we're constantly asking people we know for help and advice. So, you know, to open ourselves up on a show to say, hey, do you need help? Do you want us to try something? Do you want us to try this product? You know, let's try it and see how it works, because that's kind of my go-to all the time. It's like, oh, will this work? I don't know. Let's try it. Let's see. If it doesn't, what's the worst that can happen? So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess when it comes down to it, we'll have to put that warning at the beginning of every single episode.
Disclaimer. Foul language.
Ashley's
and
fault.
way too many sex references coming your way.
That's what happens.
Thanks to Ashley.
You're welcome.
Well, it's true. That's where the Cosplay After Hours came from, right?
It's true. We have a really twisted...
We should actually tell the history of the name Cosplay After Hours.
Okay, because I wasn't really a part of that.
No.
You
just fell into it.
I just fell into it.
This is a huge shout out to Rackish/Cosplay and Bethany. We were working at the shop one night and she cut out some pink foam to create a prop for her Astrid, I believe it was.
She was cutting apart chunks of it that she was already had shaped, and the chunks that came off, it ended up looking like a big penis. And so I thought it was fantastic.
So the two of them posed with this thing, and I was taking pictures, and we were hysterically laughing.
And this is when the Alberta Work in Progress page had just started. So we were really cool and decided we were going to post Cosplay After Hours, and we posted this picture of me. Very happy
Bethany.
with the situation.
Very happy
riding
with the
penis,
giant pink penis. But prior to us posting it, we sent it to me. Pictures to Jen
at midnight, if I remember correctly.
It was great.
It was literally cosplay after the store had closed, therefore cosplay after hours. And then now, whenever we do anything past 5 p.m., we call it Cosplay After Hours. Because the talk gets dirty and it's a little bit like...
You're welcome.
There might be sexual innuendos. And it's always loads of fun. And now whenever I go craft at other people's place, they start using the expression too. Like last time I was at Kilo's barbecue crafting night, everybody was like, Cosplay After Hours! Every time someone said something.
Just the tip.
Like that.
Yeah.
Too fun.
It's been a good go. So good.
So, baby, what do you think we should add onto, or?
Here's what I'd like to try and do.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to try and tie it into either if we do a theme song later, or just as a sound clip, as like the 10-second opener type of thing.
Yeah.
Is get all of you to do Cosplay After Hours.
Oh shit!
Listen.
Oh god.
Yeah, you're gonna have to hold a tune.
This is not what I signed up for.
Cosplay After Hours.